Okay, how's everybody doing today? This is JTS812. Gonna bring you some 1v1 chest capture on Sienna. Joined today by Neenkin. If you don't know Neenkin, he's got his own YouTube page. He has some great montages. He's a great player. I'll put the link in the description. His gameplay is really beautiful to watch, and I highly recommend it. This is one of the 1v1s. We had a few of them tonight, and this is the first and only chest capture we had because it was running a little bit late for him and he had to go. I start off with the wrong kill streak, or wrong profile set, excuse me. I wanted to use disguise and knives, which I switched to later on, but I don't have it at the moment, which kind of sucks, but it's okay. So anyway, I make my first way to him, and I don't know where he is at the moment, so I'm going to drop down, but then he mutes, so I run up real quick and avoid that. And I try to put the lockdown so I can get a quick aerial, which he avoids, and he gets the chest. Then he tries to wall eject to this spot, and I was barely able to catch him off guard. A little bit of strategy. There's a lot of strategies in chest capture. The one I used in this one is find the chest and kill him wherever he is. I try to corral wherever he's at. So I found the first chest, so I kind of know where he's going to be heading. But he goes to the second one, which I don't know where it is at the moment. But I cut him off, and right after this I'm going to try to find the second chest, which I do pretty quickly. It's Sienna, so you're going to find all the chests very fast on Sienna. It's the smallest map you can play. I fucking love Sienna. If you don't love Sienna, you can die because it's awesome. I'm just saying, it's fucking awesome. Anyway, if you're playing 1v1s, I highly suggest knives. Knives are huge in 1v1s. 1v1s are kind of point starvy, and knives are just huge in here. So I cut them off here, get my kill streak. So I'm starting off pretty good. I haven't got stunned yet, and he only has one chest. So, and I already have my streak bonus, so that's the good news. I would love to have knives, then I would never have to take a stun. Well, I mean that I didn't intentionally take, which I actually don't take one purposely in this match, but usually I would. So he's using knives and mute, which again is a pretty good ability set, except that you have to use two abilities to get one stun, and the cooldown on mute isn't the best. Knives you can get a stun with, but it's a little more difficult. So anyway, I changed to my ability set. I do not switch to the 5 streak, which is a mistake, but it's not the worst. So he comes over here, comes to the gold chest. You get 150 bonus for the gold chest. So I put a lockdown, try to get the knives off, but I can't do it. Good way to use disguise: knife and then disguise. If you're playing chest capture, if you're playing a 1v1, excuse me, if you're playing a 1v1, automatically assume that the other player knows who you are, whether you're disguised or not. Don't try to confuse people, don't try to be sneaky with it, because it usually doesn't work, and you're just gonna waste a perfectly good disguise. It's usually a mistake. So I usually knife and then disguise. Wait till I know he doesn't have any abilities before I do it. So knifes and mute again. Great start for me. So he gets the stun, and he's gonna try to capture the flag here, which he's able to do. I can't corral him again, and he gets away, but that's okay. I know that I could see the chest in the corner over there, so I grab it. And this is funny because I know he doesn't have any ability, so I'm a little hesitant because I know he might run a little bit. So I'm kind of shaking about what he's going to do. I think he's trying to wall eject, and I keep going back and forth because we played a few man 1v1s earlier, and I know that he loves to wall eject. So I kept on attempting to stop the wall eject. You see that I was dying laughing when I kept doing that. And he was laughing too, because it was just so funny, because I kept thinking he was going to do a wall eject, and he never did it. He just kept on going up and down. So anyway, I'm trying to knife him here, disguise, but he doesn't hit the ground like a normal knifed person. He hits the ground and just mute stuns me, which I hated. It sucked at the time, but it's okay. He captures that chest, so I just say forget about that, and I go to the other chest, which I know is in the corner. So I'm going to just try to cut him off, and he has knives up, so he's going to try to knife me and keep me in place here, right there. And so now he's uninhibited to go to the flag, but he's going to stay in here, which is a mistake. you don't want to stay in a closed area when I know you don't have any abilities. Yeah, I knew he didn't have anything there, and I don't know what he was thinking in that scenario. Maybe it was close to being capped, and he thought he would be able to get it before I got in there and got the kill. It's the gold one, so he would have got some decent points for it. But it was a mistake on his part, and it worked in my favor. So I try to get away from the knife scenario in this, but he mutes me, and I wasn't in his stun range, so he kind of just was I assume he was smashing the circle button, and it made him drop down, which sucks for him, but it worked out for me, and I got a easy kill, easier than it probably would have been if I was in the same level that he was at. And anyway, so that was the end of the first round, my chest capture round. I use not disguise, excuse me, mute and charge for 1v1s. I usually would use smoke, but in 1v1s I use charge because you automatically assume, at least in my experience, that the other player will use knives. Knives are widely used by just about everybody in a 1v1 on offense, and they're a really good ability, and I highly suggest you would use them. But because I know that the majority of the people, and he has used them on a regular basis, I'm going to use charge. So because charge is a great counter to knives because it completely cancels its effect. Anyway, he knifes me here, and I'm going to try to bait him into going in a certain direction, which I was able to do. Then I run through the chase breaker. He followed me, but the chase breaker closed in on him. So this is good. I'm underneath this thing, but I can see him, what he's going to do. So he's waiting there, so I'm going to go out the other side, turn around, put a lockdown so I know where he is, and I'm going to go to this chest. This is where you would normally capture the chest and chest capture, but I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I thought he was going to go for the acrobatic or the aerial on me. I didn't know if he had a lock. So I tried to run up and then wall eject away from that scenario, but I had wall runner, and then I just wall ejected right into the side of the map, and it just did not work out for me. So anyway, I know he's on that side of the map unless he was trying to spawn kill me, which is a lot easier to do in a 1v1s if you don't know how to do it. It's not that hard to figure out once you get used to the maps. So here I see him here. He drops firecrackers. So I go up to the wall, and then I jump into a haystack on accident. So I get knifed into the haystack, and I just charge away. It's a great use of charge there. I couldn't see anything, so I didn't know where he was. And I'm not sure if he knew I had any abilities, but he tries to rush this, and I had mute ready, so I got the stun off, and I'm going to try to capture this chest, and I'm successful in doing that. And the other chest is pretty close to being capped as well too, so I'm figuring I'm going to be able to get this one real quick before he gets up, which I am also able to do, so I'm pretty happy right now. I get 400 bonus for that because it's the final chest, and 150 I do believe because it's just a chest. So I put the lockdown trying to figure out where he's going to go. I completely fucked this up. I'm kind of trapped in this situation, but he's trying to cut me off. I completely fuck up that situation. I knew he was trying to cut me off, so I couldn't jump or else he would get me, and if I fell, which is what I did, I couldn't grab onto the ledge apparently, and I just basically gave him a free hit and kill. And that is the last thing that you want to do in 1v1. That is the last. You never want to give somebody an easy kill in a 1v1 situation, and at the minimum, it should be a regular silent or discreet. I gave him a free hit and kill, which is the worst scenario if you're doing a 1v1. It's just horrible, and it's completely my mistake. So again, I'm going to try to make him run to a different direction, which, again, I was pretty successful in doing that. But I have mute up again, and I didn't realize he was going to charge me, but I was able to get the mute off pretty quickly, and almost failed there because I thought it was going to wear off before I could get the stun off. So again here, smoke would have been good, better than charge, but I was able to get the chest. I was going for the double stun. The problem with charge is it takes a little bit to take effect, and that was a little late. I had to wait a little bit because his contract wouldn't have been on me. And because it wasn't on me, if I was trying to charge him, I would have been just basically auto-bashing him, and I wouldn't have got the charge off. So here again, I mess up. He cut me off, and I shouldn't have been there. I saw him. I should have just wall ejected and ran to a different direction, and just a silly mistake, and it was completely my fault. So spawning again, making my way to this chest because it's almost down. I see him in the corner over there, and I'm trying to watch where he's gonna go. He drops firecrackers, and I can kind of see, but I can't really see that well. So as soon as he knifes me, I just charge because I'm expecting him to rush the kill, which is what I was thinking he was gonna do. So here he tries to rush it again, and I was able to get the mute off. I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive because he didn't tell me afterwards, but I'm pretty sure he might have been up on that wall and I pulled his ass off. It happens a lot. It's laggy. You know, it's something that happens. So, end of the round, he gets a discreet kill. So I'm not worried about him getting a streak bonus at this point. 10 seconds left. I hear a loud ass whisper, so I'm assuming he's going to try to spawn kill me. So I just hit the charge, get the stun last second, and do a little dino walking. And a last second mute, it was a very fun match. We had a lot of very good ones, and this is just one. He had pretty fun time too, I'd like to think. So that's it. That's chest capture. I am out.